Today's session. We'll have a short recap of what we learned yesterday. Then we can move on to today's session. I think we started from the introduction of Microsoft Excel. Before starting the introduction, could you tell me how do I find out what is the version of Excel we are all using? How do I find it? File. Under file, you have to click on account. So when you click on account, it will show you what is the version. Below that, you can see there is a subversion available here. That is version is 2512. You are all using, someone is using 2510, 2511. And on the top, where we can see your file name and your software name is available. This entire area called as title bar. Left hand side of the title bar, there are 3 or 4 buttons available, which we call it as Quad, quick access toolbar. Very good. This entire area put together, we call it as ribbons. On the ribbon, the first one, file. Home insert are all tab. File is office button, backstage of your office. Home insert and page layout are tabs. A special tab will appear. Today we are going to see that. When a special tab, that is contextual tab. Below the tab, this clipboard, font, alignments are all groups. Corner of the group, there is a small arrow mark. When you click on the arrow mark, a new dialog box will open. That is called as dialog box, launcher, and all the other items available here we call it as commands. Tell me, how can I hide or unhide a ribbon? This ribbon, I want to hide it. There are 2 methods. Using the mouse, you can make a double click to hide the ribbon. Or you can use the shortcut key, Control F1. But some laptops, this Control F1 may not work straight away. So you have to press Control Function F1. Could you tell me how can I switch off that function key? I don't want the function key to switch every time. I don't want to press Control Function F1. I want to switch off it. Function Escape. Very good. Then we have one more shortcut key, Control Shift F1, which will hide everything except the rows and columns. Control Shift F1. And you can see here, this one is a name box and this one is a formula bar. How do I increase the height of the formula bar? Control Shift U for increasing the formula bar. Same Control Shift U for decreasing the formula bar. A, B, C, D are all columns. 1, 2, 3 are all rows. Where the rows and columns are meeting, we call it as cells. There are 10,48,576 rows, 16,384 columns. How can I check that how many rows and columns are available? Go to the topmost leftmost corner, click and hold it. Just click and hold. You can see how many rows and how many columns are available. Or one more method is, you can press Control down arrow to go to the last row, Control right arrow to go to the last column. The column is displayed in alphabetical order. Could you tell me how can I convert this into a number format instead of alphabetical one? File, under file, options, and then we have to go to formulas. On formulas, you have to select this R1C1 reference styles. And uncheck this, it comes back to the normal one. And the shortcut key to go to the very first cell is Control Home. When you press Control Home, it automatically goes to the very first cell. But there is a reason behind why we have 10,48,000, why we have 16,384. What is the reason behind it? 2 to the power of 14 and 2 to the power of 20. Because it's stored in a binary format. Why 14? Because it's the 14th version. 20 means it's 20th release. How can I go to the next page downwards is page down, page down, page down, next page. Page up to go to the previous page. But I want to go to the next page, right hand side. Alt page down will go to the next page on the right hand side. Alt page down. You can press Alt page down, which will go to the next page, right. Alt page up, which will go to the previous page. And this one, we can see there is an arrow mark. This area is called as status bar. This one is sheet tab. If you want to jump from one sheet to a next sheet, you can use Control page down to go to the next sheet, Control page up to go to the previous sheet. But I want to jump from the first sheet to 10th sheet straight away. Then you can go to this sheet tab and make a right click. It will show you all the list of sheets. Select the sheet and say OK. It will go to that particular sheet. But could you tell me how can I insert a fresh new sheet? I want to insert a new sheet. What is the shortcut key for inserting a new sheet? Shift F11. Very good. And try to restrict maximum of 255 sheets. Don't go beyond 255 sheets. And on the bottom, you can display your sheet number also here. How can I display the sheet number is, right click on the status bar. There is an option sheet number. And it will display the sheet number. and go to the sheet number and make a click on the right hand side, you will get the navigation also. So you can navigate to the particular sheet. Or one more method is, even you can go to the view tab. Under view tab also there is an option called as navigation. Then we can display the workbook statistics also. Right click and you can enable this workbook statistics. It will show you the workbook statistics. When I click on this, it will show you how many cells are there, how many formulas are there, how many sheets are there. Okay, right. And on the bottom, when I select some numbers, you will get the average count, numerical count, minimum, maximum. By default, it will not show. You have to make a right click and you have to enable the average count, numerical count, minimum, maximum, sum. There is a difference between count and numerical count. Numerical count will count only the numbers, whereas the count will count all the values. But after selecting it, it's giving some value, 13,174. I want this 13,174 to be pasted in some other area. Select this and go here, make a click and go to somewhere else and you can paste it. Control V, that value will get pasted. And you can see these three views are normal view, page layout view, page break preview, arranging the page setup, taking a printout, and this plus and minus is for increasing or decreasing the percentage, or you hold the control key and you can increase or decrease, or you can use this touchpad on your laptop and you can increase or decrease your percentage on your laptop, or you can use the two fingers and you can move it on the right side, you can move it on the left side, you can move upwards and you can move downwards. Very easily you can use the touchpad, or we have a shortcut key also, Control Alt plus, Control Alt minus. I think it is not full-fledged, it may not work because it was there is some bug in it. 100% it will not work. Some system it may work also. After the introduction is over, then we have seen another very important feature, fill handle. When I type something and I press enter, your cursor will go to the next cell. Could you tell me how can I make the cursor to be in the same cell? Control enter. Very good. There are three types of icon. One is the doctor symbol, another one is the plus with the arrow mark, another one is the arrow mark on the right hand side corner, that is your black color plus symbol. This is fill handle. When I type Jan Feb is, when I drag it, Jan Feb will be automatically filled. When I type January will get filled. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday will be filled. First, second, third will be filled. But if we type 1 and drag it, only 1 will get filled. So what we have to do, there are 4 methods. Select 1 and 2 and drag it, or type 1 and drag this. You can see a small tag will appear. This tag is called as smart tag. You can go for fill series. Or you can use the control key and you can drag it also. But I want to give a very big value. Smaller value you can use this. I want to fill it from 1 to 10,000 or 5,000. Then you have to go to Home tab, Fill Series. How do you want to fill it? Row wise or column wise? And step value and stop value. Yesterday we did it, we typed 5,000. Starting from 1 till 5,000 it is getting filled. Control down arrow to go to the last, control up arrow to go to the first. How do we select it from top to bottom? Control shift down arrow. Now how can I go to the first cell and last cell without removing the selection? Control dot. We go to the first cell and last cell. Even you did a task starting from 500, 1515, it has to end with 5990. This you did it. Then I want to combine 3 cells together into one cell. Yesterday we did this. SRM is in separate cell, University in a separate cell. I want to combine the 3 cells together in one cell. Instead of writing some complicated formula, concatenate, text join, we have seen the easiest option to combine. What is the easiest option to combine all the 3? Fill, justify. But before justifying, we have to do something. Adjust the column width. Increase the column width, justify, or decrease the column width and justify, it will split it. Okay. Then we have seen how to type a date. Suppose I am entering a date, 1st December 2025. After typing a date, I want to change the date format. Right click and you can go to format cells. Could you tell me how can I make a right click without using mouse? Right click. Control 1 is format cell straight away. Right clicking, we have a shortcut key, Shift F10. Shift F10, we can make a right click. Now I want to go to format cells, you can press F to go to format cells, or what you said is correct, Control 1 to go to the format cell, straight up. And to move to the next one, you can use the left arrow, right arrow, or first letters. You can use the tab key to move to the next boxes. And yesterday we have given our own format, DD, MM, YYY. We have given some format here. And control semicolon is the shortcut key for getting current date. But to change the date or number format, I think we have seen 6 shortcut keys. Control Shift 1, number with 2 decimals. Control Shift 2, time. 3 is for date, 4 is for currency, and 5 is for percentage. We have one more, Control Shift tilde or tilde, which will remove the decimal places. Control semicolon will give you the date. Control Shift semicolon will give you time. And we have seen one more function, equal to today. You can see the difference here. Yesterday we used control semicolon. The date is still 29 December. But whereas when I used it today, the date is automatically updated to 30/12 here. And here I can see now. Now will give you the date as well as the timing. But the timing will not get updated automatically. Actually, my timing is 9:44, but it shows only 9:42. How can I update my timings? You can use the shortcut key F9. Whenever you press F9, your time will get updated if you are using a now function. Okay. Then we have seen how to fill the month-wise. Month-wise, how can I fill it? I think you did the task, how to fill it by quarter-wise, how to fill it by every week-wise. Every week, Monday has to be filled. After this, we have seen a small AI tool. Whenever I type something, I want to separate something. First letter has to be separated, the last letter has to be separated. We have to give some 1 or 2 examples. While giving an example, where do we give the example? We have to give the example on the next immediate column, and the example should be case sensitive also, case sensitive. After giving the example, we have to use the feature called as flash filling. What is the shortcut key for flash filling? Control E. If I forgot the shortcut key, go to fill, under fill, there is a flash fill. Or go to the data, under data also you can see there is an option called as flash filling. Sometimes Excel will give you suggestion also. It will give you suggestion, and this flash fill is not only used for separating, flash fill can be used for changing the case also, uppercase, lowercase, and even you can put a number prefixed by a 0. Suppose I want a number prefixed by a 0, which is a 6 digits. So control 1, how many zeros has to be typed if I want 6 digits? 5 zeros and 1 hash. Very good. So you did a task based on that. You have seen how to separate the things, various things. And flash fill is not only used for separating, flash fill can be used for combining also. 2 name, first name, last name has to be combined. Email ID is to be generated. For everything we can use this flash fill. Now based on the task completed, I want to calculate what is the percentage of task completed. Instead of writing a formula, you can select the column, you can press Ctrl Q, the shortcut key for quick analysis. Under quick analysis, you can go to the totals, where we can select average, sum, count, percentage, running total. But there are 2 types of sum, average, count and percentage. One is by blue color by row wise, and yellow color is for column wise. Very good. So we can find the task completed percentage, we can find the cumulative percentage also. And you did the task based on this also. Then we have selected a column. What is the shortcut key for selecting the entire column is Control space bar. Shift space bar for selecting the entire row. Control Shift space bar will select the entire table. Once more time Control Shift space bar, it will select the entire sheet. But I selected the column, Control Q, and we have gone to the formatting. Greater than, we are given a color. But greater than, we can give a color here. But if you are satisfied with the color, you can do that. If you are not satisfied with the color, you can go to the drop down and you can change the color. Or you can go to the custom format and you can change your own colors and formatting. But unfortunately, greater than is available. The less than between is not available under Control Q. So you have to go to Home tab, conditional formatting, and we have to go to highlight cells. But how do we go to this Home tab, conditional formatting without using mouse? Alt. You have to press the Alt key and just to press the underlined letter, highlighted letters. Okay. Then we have seen how to modify the conditional formatting by going to Manage Rules. And then we have seen how to edit the rules. Even we have seen how to find out the duplicate values, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate. But I want to delete the duplicate values. Before deleting, what is the easiest method to select the entire table? Control Shift. Best method. There are several methods, but Control Shift Spacebar, sometimes it may select the entire sheet also. Control A also may select the entire sheet.
Control Shift 8.
Control Shift 8 or asterisk or star is the best method to select the entire table. Then we can go to data. Under data, there is an option called as remove duplicates. You can remove the duplicates. After that, even we have seen how to find out the top 10. Conditional formatting, top bottom rules, top 10 items, bottom 10 items, above average, below average. We have seen how to put a data bars for this. Positive value will be in a different color, negative value will be in a different color. Then we have seen about this color scale. Red will gradually turn into yellow, yellow will turn into red, green. Right click and you can sort it so that green will turn into yellow, yellow will turn into red. Then we are used to this icon sets also. Conditional formatting icon sets. You can modify the icon set by going to the manage rule. If you have 3 icon set, it will be split it by 33, 33, 34. 4 icon is 25, 25, 25. 5 icon is 20, 20, 20. So like this, you can split this, and you did a task also. You did some task next week, last week, this week, and top 10. And we have seen above average, below average, positive, negative should be in a different color. And you can put some icon sets, and you can get this emojis also. Could you tell me how can I get an emoji like this? Windows dot. Windows dot is a shortcut key for getting emojis. Even you can insert a checkbox inside a cell. You can go to insert and you can insert a checkbox. And even you can insert a picture inside a cell also. Insert picture where we can see picture in the cell. If the picture inside a cell is not visible, then you can go to illustration. Under illustration, there is an option called as picture inside a cell. After inserting, you can zoom the picture and you can see it over the cell also. I hope that's our final chapter yesterday. The whole 7-8 hours, just we have recapped within 20 minutes. So we have completed till the exercise number 8. So today no other go. We have to start with a new feature. It's a new feature in exercise number 9. After that, we are going to see about date function, logical function, lookup functions, pivot tables and charts. Pivot table and chart itself will take 4 to 5 hours. In pivot tables and chart, we are going to see various types of reporting, dashboards, everything we are going to see under pivot table. Okay. So before starting the exercise number 9, any questions, doubts, queries of what we learned yesterday or till now? Yes? Any other question, doubts, queries here? Or it's clear? Clear? Shall we move to the next one? Excellent. So let us go on to the exercise number 09. Please come to the exercise number 09. We have something like department units and we have Q1, Q2. Assume these are all profit and loss. We have some profit or we have some loss. We are going in a negative. We are going in a positive. So I want to know the trending, or we can take anything, any example based on this. We have to know the trending of it. How this first department is performing. Whether the quarter 1 from quarter 1 to quarter 2, whether we have improved it or we have gone down. I want to know the trend for this. I want to show the trend visually. Visually, I want to show the trend for this. Visual means first things comes to our mind is chart. Tell me how can I select the entire table first? Control Shift 8 asterisk. Select the entire table. As usual, we'll use the Control Q. I think from yesterday afternoon, we are used to this Control Q several times. Once again, I'm going to press the Control Q. Here, I can see charts. Second one, charts. Already we used the totals. Already we used the formatting. Now, if I go to the charts, but personally, I don't recommend a chart for this kind of data. If you have 3 rows, 4 rows, 3 columns, 4 columns, you can go for the chart. But this is having a very big data. I don't recommend for a chart, but we'll try. Charts, suppose I'll go to the clustered bar chart. The clustered bar chart looks like this. And I'll say the stacked bar chart or scatter color chart or clustered bar chart. I think I'm not able to find a good chart for this. What I can understand based on this data, I'm not able to understand anything based on the data. Even it's confusing us. So if I select anything, I'm not satisfied with this. But still, if you're still not satisfied, you can go to the more chart also. Click on the more chart and you can select various other charts. You can see all charts. If you go to all charts, and where you can see line, you can see pie, you can see bar, area, you can select any one of the chart. I think none of the chart is solving our problem here. It is too complicated whenever you use any chart here. Even I go for a line chart or anything, I'm not satisfied. So what we will do is the best way. I want to know the trend for each and every departments here. Every departments I want to show the trend. So select the first department area. Select the first department here. I select only that first department, that first row. Select only the first row. Same control Q again. Same control Q. Go to the last one. Spark lines. Spark lines. The last one, spark lines. Click on the spark line. 3 types of spark line spark line, column spark line, win and loss. Let us start with the line spark line itself. Yes, I click on the line spark line. So it has drawn a small mini chart here and it shows me the trend for it. How this first department is going on, it's performing very well. It has started a little bit lower, now it has increased. Then I want to copy this to other thing, no shortcut key. You have to go to the corner and you have to drag it down. So I want to go to the corner and I'm dragging till the downwards here. Yes, you can see it shows the trend for each and every department. First one, it has started a bit lower, but now it is increasing. Second, it has started very well, then it has dipped down, now it is increasing. Third, it is now going in a downwards order. So I can very easily find out what is my trend for each and every cells, every column, every rows, every departments. I repeat the process again. So let me select all the first row, only the first row, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, control Q again and go to spark lines and I select the line spark line. And I copy this, just go to the corner and I drag it and copy it till the last. Okay, but after drawing the spark line, do you see any difference on your screen? I believe you should see some difference. What is the difference? The spark line is drawn, but there is one more difference. Yes? When you place it, it's visible. Okay. Any other difference? A very major difference has happened here. Very good. Superb. You can see a contextual tab is appearing here. New tab. The tab name is Spark Lines. When you place the cursor on this, you can see the tab. If you are placing cursor outside the spark line, you may not see the tab. You will see the tab when you place the cursor on this. A contextual. As I told, based on the content, the tab will keep on changing. Since I have used a spark line, that's why the tab name is spark line. When you insert a chart, you will get a different one. Insert a pivot chart, you will get a different one. So this is called as contextual. So you can see a contextual tab is available. If it is not available, as I indicated, that means your cursor is not at the spark line. Your cursor is outside the spark line. So you have to place the cursor on the spark line. What is the advantage of this spark line? I want to know in which quarter we have very low, in which quarter we are very high. So very good. Go to the spark lines. Under spark line, you can see there is an option called a show, where you can see high points, low points, negative points, first point, last point, marker. Marker means each and every points. So for example, I want to know in which quarter we have the high performance, in which quarter we have the low performance. So let me select the high point and I select the low point. So where it's lower, there is a dot. Where there is a higher, you can see a dot. But there is a problem here. What's the problem here is, when I selected the high point and low point, both are in red. So I'm not able to identify whether it's highest or lower. Anyway, we can find it out. Based on the bar, we can find it out. But better, I want to give a different color for it. Highest, I want a different color. Lowest, I want a different color. So, go to the spark line, styles. You can see styles. On the styles, there is a more button available. Click on this more button, where we can see predefined styles are available. Predefined styles and colors and format. So you can select any one of these predefined styles. Green, Suppose I will go with the last. From the last, I select the third one. From the last to the third one. Green and red. Highest will be green. Lowest will be red. Yes. Predefined styles. Or manually I want to change the colors. Then you can go to sparkline color or marker color also. Sparkline color is this line color. This line color. For example, I'll go to the sparkline color. Maybe which color you want. I'll go with something like, maybe I'll go with the purple color. And I want this line is very thinner. Very thinner. Unfortunately, others cannot see that. I want to make it as more thicker. So go to sparkline color. Weight. Weight is the thickness of your line. Thickness. 2.4 to 3 point, anything. So let me go with the 3 points. Yes. Now you can see sparkline is more thicker here. Now it looks good compared to the earlier one. Now it looks good. But the challenge is, can I change the color of each and everything? Negative, I want to give a different color. Positive, I want to give a different color. A high value, I want to give a different color. Go to the marker color. Under marker color, you can change your color. Negative points, marker, high points, low point, first point, last point. Each and every point, you can change your colors also. If you wish, you can change the colors for each and every points. Then, I want to draw a line. Maybe I want to draw a line at the 0th position. At the 0th position. Because I don't know which is positive, which is negative. Sometimes highest may be negative also. Lowest may be positive also. So I want to draw a line at the 0th position. So that above the line means it's positive, below the line is negative. So it's very simple. Go to sparkline, axis, show axis. Axis, show the axis. That's all. Just click on show axis. You can see it has drawn a line here. The line is where the 0th position. Above the line means it's positive. Below the line is negative. The 0th position, we have drawn a line. Okay. So this line is fine. But now I changed my mind. I don't like this line. Can I make this as a column chart, like a bar chart? There are two types of other chart. One is the line chart. Another one is the column chart. Another one is the win and loss. What is the difference between win and loss and column? I will explain it. Either you can change this chart to column chart, or you can have the line chart and you can create a column chart or a win and loss in some other column also. Some other column also you can select it. We'll do both. We'll do both. First I select this. I don't like this chart. I want to change this chart. So go to sparklines. On the sparklines, left hand side, three options are available. Line, column, win and loss. What is the difference between column and win and loss? Based on your value. For example, here the value is 536, 689. Based on your value, your bar size should increase or decrease. Smaller value, the bar size will be smaller. Bigger value, the bar size will be larger. Then you have to go for column. But I don't want to change the bar size. Bar size should be same. I want to know whether it's a profit or loss, win or loss. So only that means that you have to, the bar size will not change. I have to show to the audience whether we are going in a profit or loss. I don't want to see the bar size. Then I believe we can go for win and loss. You can see win and loss. The bar size is same as it is. Even the values more or less. For example, let me take some value where we have higher and lowers. Maybe here 512 and 2056. Both are in same size. You can see here. 512 is also same size and 2556 is also same size. But when I go for this column, yes, your bar size is increasing. 512, you can see the bar size is very small. 2000, your bar size is very large. So if you want your bar size vary based on your values, then go for columns. Or I don't want the bar size to change. I want to know whether it's a profit or loss. Then we can go for win and loss. But I feel this is very small, very tiny. This chart is very tiny. When I present it like this in a meeting or seminar or webinar, others cannot see this properly. So, I want to increase this chart size. Unfortunately, you cannot increase each and every chart size, but you can increase the width of the column and rows. So let me select the column, this corner, increase the width of the column approximately. Increase the width of the column. Could you tell me how can I select this? My cursor is in 11th row. How do we select that 11th row? Shift space bar. Very good. Then Control Shift down arrow. Shift space bar. Select the row. Then press Control Shift down arrow. We have selected the entire table. Select the entire table without the heading. Select the entire table. Now, go to any one of this row. Any one of the row. It's not required you have to go to the 11th row, 12th row, 13th row. Any one of the row. Increase the height. Increase the height of any one of the row. Now you can see all the row height will get increased. All the row height will get increased automatically. Now you can see a better chart. Now chart seems much better compared to the earlier one. Correct? I repeat the process again. First increase the width of the column. Then select this 11th row. Shift space bar or go to the 11th row and select it. Then press Control Shift down arrow. Increase the height of any one of the row. 11th row, 12th row, any one of them. It's not required. You have to go to I'll go to 20th row and increase it. All the row height will get increased. Now I can see a better chart. Okay. To change the chart type, I think near future. As of now, we have only 3 chart types. I think Microsoft is working on it. Sooner we may get other charts also. Now we got only 3. Line, column, win and loss. Scatter, pie chart will appear in near future. In the near future, they are trying to bring everything inside a cell itself. Because for each department, I have 20 departments. I cannot create 20 charts for this. 30 departments, I cannot create 30 charts. Instead, you can create a mini chart like this and you can present it very easily. When you make a dashboard or anything, this mini chart will be very useful. How I created this visual is select this, then I pressed Ctrl Q. Then we gone to the spark line and we have created it. Correct? This is how we have created. But based on this, we have created a column chart here. Sorry, based on this, we have created a column chart here. But I want a line chart not here. I want the line chart somewhere else here. For this data, I want to get the line chart in some other cell here. Some other cell, I want a line chart. If I select this and press Ctrl Q and go to spark lines and I select line, yes, line chart is drawn. But what's happening is, it is overwriting my column chart. My column chart has gone and line chart is displayed here. It's overwriting it. I don't want to overwrite it. I want the column line chart should come in some other area without disturbing this column chart. So what we do? Don't use Ctrl Q now. Don't use Ctrl Q. Go to Insert. Go to the tab called as Insert. Under the tab of Insert, Spark Lines. Under the tab of Insert, you can see Spark Lines. Under spark line, line, column, win and loss. Here you can see there is a line, there is a column, there is a win and loss. Click on whichever the chart you want. I want line. Now it will ask where you want that line. So click on line, go to insert and the spark line, select the line, column or win and loss. I select that line. It is asking where you want this line chart. If your screen size is very small like this, I think most of the screen is bigger, but if screen size is very small, you have to click on spark line. Under spark line, you can see line, column, win and loss. If screen size is very small, I think most of the screen size is somewhat okay. So I'll go to insert, line. It will ask where you want this line. You select where you want it. For example, I want it here, or I want it here, I want it here, anywhere. Select somewhere else. Okay. For the same data, we got a line chart. Drag it and copy it on the bottom. Yes. For one data, we have multiple charts. Control Q will create a chart only on the next column. Whereas insert, you can create a chart wherever you wish or you want. You can create a chart in any location also. Any location you can create a chart. Okay. Okay. If you don't want the spark lines, assume I want to delete the spark line. If I don't want the spark line, you cannot just select it and delete it. You cannot just select and delete the spark lines. So go to the spark line, select the spark line, go to the spark line tab. There we can see an option called as clear. Clear selected spark line or clear the selected spark line group. What is the difference between selected spark line and spark line group? Ah. Suppose my cursor is here. My cursor is at cell number H11. Only that H11 has to be deleted means then you have to go to clear, selected sparkling. Only that will be deleted. But if you want to delete everything, clear, selected sparkline group. Everything will get deleted. Okay. Got it? Clear. As usual, I did the easiest part. It's not very tougher. You can do it. But first task today is going to be a free hit. Double sixer, double four for one person. Exercise number 10. We have some columns: month, new admission, attendance rate, total expense, staff hours, parent meeting, exam conducted. Based on this table, I want you all to create a spark lines. And what is the spark line I want and where I want the spark line? Where are we going to create a spark line here? Based on this, create two spark lines. One spark line, second spark line. Two spark line has to be created. One is the column spark line at N10. This is a column spark line. Based on this data, column spark line. And another one is the line spark line. Two spark line. Low value should be in red. Highest value should be in green. The lowest should be in red color. Highest value should be in green color. And sparkline color is light blue. Sparkline color is light blue. Create two spark lines. You have to create two spark lines. One column spark line, another one is the line spark line. Column spark line and line spark line. Two spark line has to be created. Very simple. The lowest value is red, highest value green. The low value should be red, highest value should be green. Done. Two spark lights.
Done, sir.
Increase the size to a better view. But the line color should be light blue.
Ah, let me use.
Both should be light blue.
This also?
Oh, it should be red. Change the color.
Green.
Anything you can write. Insert or control Q. Both will work.
Start up.
Copy.
Green again. 6, sir.
Highest should be green. Highest you are given red.
Ah, yes.
Bring the back.
Ah,
Okay. How to do this? Select the range of values. First row. Either you can press Ctrl Q or you can use insert also. Both will work for the first thing. Ctrl Q and go to spark line. What is the first spark line we want is?
columns.
Column spark line. Then copy it on the bottom. Highest value should be green, lowest value should be red. So let me go to marker color. High point should have green. Marker color, low point should have red. And this line color should be light blue. So let us go to the marker color, spark line color and make it as light blue. First process is over. Then select this row again, first row. Select that first row. We cannot use control Q now because control Q will create it on the next column, but I want it in some other area. So we have to go to insert, which is spark line? Line spark line. And where you want that spark line? I want it here. Okay. And copy this on the bottom. That's it. Now change the values, colors. Line color, I'll put a light blue for line color. Marker color, negative points is red. Sorry, not negative points. High point, sorry. Marker color, high point is red, green. And marker color, low point is red. And it's not part of our question. It's better to give a thickness, better thickness because it's very thinner. So go to spark line color, then go for weight and increase the weight. Yes. More thicker spark line, we can increase the width and height of it to have a better view. So I'm increasing the height also. Yes. So we have two types of spark lines. Column spark line, line spark line. To know the trend, how it's moving on, to know the trend, I think we can go for this type of spark lines. Okay. I think this we should have completed yesterday itself. Let us start the exercise number 11. We are going to step into formulas and functions now. So let us start with this exercise number 11. So we have a name, student name and date of birth and enrollment date. Let us take the date of birth. From the date of birth, what are we going to find now is, we are going to find out what is the age of the persons, age of all the students in terms of years, months and days. So I want to know what is the age in terms of years, months and days also, all the three. Now, the challenge is, actually to know the age, we require two dates. Could you tell me what is the two date? One date is already available, date of birth. What could be the another date? Current date. Very good. To get the current date, we have three methods. I think yesterday we did it three. One is control semicolon. Today, now. Tell me which one is better to find the age. Whether control semicolon. Now. One more is today. Very good. I recommend today because control semicolon is static. It will show you the age as per today's date. But when I open this file 1 year later, it will give you the wrong result. Based on today's date, 1 year later, it will give you the wrong result, which is not the right one. The date should update automatically. When I open the file on 1 year later, it should show what is the age on that particular date. Correct? So you have to go for today function. So some cell, wherever you want, in some other cell, just type this today function equal to TODAY. You can see today is available. Could you tell me how can I select this without typing it? Any idea? Tab key. Very good. Tab key. No need to close the bracket because Excel will close it automatically. Even if you want to close, you can close it. I think not required to close. 30/12/2024 is the date. So his birthday is, the first person birthday is 8/5/2012. So we have to say what is the age. What is the age here? So we have to say what is the age. So we are going to find, it's a dummy data. Based on this, we are going to find out the age. In Excel, there are so many formulas and functions available. When I go to the tab called as formulas, if you go to the tab of formulas, under the tab of formulas, insert function, FX. Either you can click on insert function, FX, or there is one FX available here. Click on it. Or use the shortcut key, Shift F3. Any one of these three methods, any one of the three methods. Go to formula, insert function, or click on FX, or press Shift F3, whichever is easier. Whichever is easier. You can use any one of this feature. So when I click on the Shift F3 or when I click on insert function or when I click on the FX here, it will show you the functions available in Excel. The most recently used function. This is the most recently used function. We look up if there are some function. But when I click on the arrow mark, almost all the functions starting from A to Z alphabetically. When I say all the function A to Z, starting from A to Z, all the functions of Excel is displayed here. I think more than 500 functions are available in Excel. More than 500. Suppose if I select this ABS, assume I don't know what is this ABS. I don't know how to use the ABS. I don't know what is the purpose of this ABS. Very simple. Click on this ABS. On the bottom, it shows what is this ABS. ABS open bracket. If I give ABS open bracket a number, what the Excel will return is, return the absolute value of a number. Number without its sign. That means if I give a negative number to Excel, it will convert that negative into a positive. If you give a positive value, positive. Negative will be converted to positive. Positive will be displayed as the positive. That is called as absolute. Number without its sign. Still, after reading this also, I am not able to understand what is the usage of the function. No problem. Click here. Help on the function. Just click help on the function. It will go to online and it will show you the help, how to use the function with the example, with the step-by-step instructions. With the example, it will show you this ABS, how to use the function, ABS open bracket, give a number. You can see an example here, ABS open bracket 2. If I say ABS open bracket 2, the result will be 2. If I say ABS open bracket minus 2, the answer will be 2. If ABS A2, assume this is A1 and this is A2. So what is there in A2? We have minus 4. The answer will be 4. But still if you are not able to understand, after reading the example also I am not able to understand. Copy, select the example. Select this example. Control C. Copy the example. And come to Excel. Paste this example. Control V. That example will get pasted here. And you can see the formula here. Go to that cell and check the formula. Formula is ABS 2. The answer will be 2. ABS minus 2 is my formula. So the answer will be 2. Next is ABS A2. What we have it in A2? You can see minus 4 is available in A2. The answer will be, if I press enter, the answer will be 4 here. Like this. If you are not able to understand a function, just go to that FX, some function, even you can see for some function there will be a step-by-step instruction with the video also. For example, I will click on this FX. For example, I want to learn a function which you use it more frequently. Maybe I will take this VLOOKUP function. I will take this VLOOKUP function. Enter. It says what is the VLOOKUP, how to use the VLOOKUP. But still I am not able to understand. Click here, help on the function. So it will go to online and you cannot use this. So if you go to, yes, you can go to online and you can see step-by-step video, step-by-step with the instruction, how to use this.
Use the VLOOKUP function.
They will say equal to VLOOKUP, open bracket, what has to be selected, what has to be done. Step-by-step video also available here. So if you want to explore a function, two simple method, go to that FX and help and find the help here, and sometimes you will get a video also. You can watch the video and you can use the function. Anyway, next few hours we are going to learn about more function like this. But now the function which we are going to use to find out the age, unfortunately, this is the only function hidden in Excel. If you go to the FX, you cannot find that function. And normally when you type equal to A, it will show you all the functions starting with A. If I type B, it will show you all the functions starting with B. But now we are going to use a function called as date diff. DAT, you can see it's not in the list itself. DAT, this is the only function hidden in Excel. You can use any version of Excel, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 21, 24, latest 365. Everywhere this function is hidden. Date diff, DIF. What is the meaning for date diff? Date difference. Difference between the dates. That's the meaning for this. Date diff. Bracket open. Open the bracket. It is asking for the starting date. Which is the starting date? Which is the old date here? I need two dates. One date is today's date. Another date is date of birth. Which is the starting date? Which is the older date here? Date of birth. So select the date of birth first. First input is the old date. That is starting date. Comma. First input date, comma, old date, comma, new date. That is today's date. Comma. How do you want the difference between this date? In which terms you want it? Whether we want it in years, months or days. We want it in years. So take the first letter of years, Y. But unfortunately you cannot type the Y straight away like this. Because Y is a alphabetical character. Not only in Excel, all the software in the world, you can use any software in the world. Python, Java, JavaScript, so many softwares are available in the world. Any software, when you are typing some alphabet, it should be with double quote. Very good. Where is that double quotes? Next to L, semicolon. Next to the semicolon, you can see the double quote. Shift and then press the double quote. Y. Y represents years. I want the age in terms of years. Close the double quote. Open the double quote. Y. Close the double quotes. Bracket to close. Enter or control enter. This age is 13. That's all. Okay. Maybe this is a school student. Data is for school students. Okay. 13 years of age. But when I copy this, will it throw a right result when I copy it on the bottom? No. It will throw some error. Let me try that. When I copy this data on the bottom, go to the corner here and I make a double click or drag it and copy it on the bottom, it is throwing some error. We'll solve it. We'll solve that error. Why it is throwing error? What is the reason? We'll solve that error. Okay. Yes. We will audit it and we'll solve it. Okay. When I copy this, why it's throwing an error? The reason is, let me verify that. First, the formula is date diff B11 H6 Y. When you copy the formula on the bottom, in Excel, the normal habit of the Excel is, whenever you copy the formulas, the row wise, the row number will get incremented. Whenever you copy the formula column wise, the column number will get incremented. For example, I copied the formula in row wise. Could you tell me what will happen to this B11 when I come down here? B12, B13, B14, B15. Same like H6. When I come down, H6 will turn into H7, H8, H9. I want to see the formula. I understand this. But I cannot go to every cell and I check my formula. What is the easiest method to check? Two methods. Method number one. Go to the tab called as Formulas. Under the tab of Formulas, there is a button called as Show Formulas. But some system you may not see that show formulas fully like this because of your screen size. You can see only a small button like this will appear. Correct? This button, show formulas. This one. Because of your screen size. Or you can use the shortcut key also. Shortcut key is Control tilde. Just tilde. Control tilde or tilde. Just to press Control tilde. which will show you the formulas. Let me try that. Control tilt. Yes. Now you can see for the first name, B11 H6. You can see here B11 H6. Correct. For the second person, when I come down, it is taking B12 H7. What is there in H7? Nothing is there, empty in H7. That's why it is throwing an error. So when I come down, this H6 is turning into H7, H8, H9, H10. Unfortunately, this H6 should not turn into H7. First person also it should refer H6. Second person also it should refer H6. Third person also it should refer H6. For everyone it should refer the H6. But this H6 is turning into H7. H6 should not turn into H7. H6 should not turn into H7. So what we can do is come back to the normal view. Could you tell me how can I come back to the normal view again? Again click on show formulas or control tilde. This H6 should not turn into H7. H6 should not turn into H7. So what you do is, which should not change? H6 should not turn into 7. So go before 6. Go before 6. And we have to put a dollar symbol here before 6. Type a dollar before 6. Because I don't want that 6 to turn into 7. Which you don't want to change. Put a dollar before that. Before that. I think yesterday itself I have indicated. Whenever you do something, always Excel will work in a before concept. If you insert a sheet, before the sheet. Insert a row, before. Insert a column, before. Similarly, if you want to insert a dollar, before 6. Or even you can use the shortcut key for this also. F4 on your keyboard, function F4 one time. When you press F4 one time, dollar before H, dollar before 6. Don't say dollar after H. It's before H, before 6. Okay, but I want dollar only before 6. H, I don't want the dollar. I don't want the dollar before H. Before H, I want dollar. One more F4. Second time. Now we are getting a dollar before 6. This is correct. So we want a dollar before 6 here. That's it. 13 years. Now let me copy this to the bottom. Yes. It shows the age of all the students. All the students. So it shows the age for all the persons here. Now it's not showing the error. Let me check my formula. Control tilde. Here you can see H6, 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 H6. H6 is not turning into H7. Always we have H6 because we have inserted a dollar before that H. Sorry, 6. That's why it's fixed here. Okay. Next we'll see about month and then we'll see about days also. It's not ready. I'm not able to see it. Okay. You help me. How can I find out the months? Equal to DATE DIF bracket open B11 comma today's date. I know that when I copy it on the bottom I will get an error. So straight away I can put a dollar here, right? After copying, why to put the dollar? Now we can put the dollar straight away here. F4 twice. 2 times press F4. Dollar before H, comma, double quotes, M. But the problem is, if I say double quotes M, close bracket, it is saying 163. That means from the day this first person was born till today, There are 163 months, which I don't want. What I want is, the first person is born on 8th May. May. When you would have completed 13 years is maybe 2025, 8th May, you would have completed 13 years. After May, June, August, September, October, November, December. I think 6 months has gone. 6 or 7 months has gone. I want to know, after 13 years completed, what is the number of months? So you should not use Y. You should not use M. You should use YM. What is that YM? After years, what is the number of months? After years, what is the number of? 7 months. After 13 years, 7 months. Double click to copy this. Can you find the days? After months, what is the number of days? After months, what is the number of days? Yes, I'm coming. After months, what is the number of days? Zero days is not right. 230. No. 230 is not right. You should get 22 days.
That is. Now it's right.
22 days is right. Why you got 200 something days?
Why did you mention, sir? Small mistake.
What did you raise?
Only MBO this month. This company is a month this month. It was not.
What happened? Why you got 0 days? Which one? I will finish this, sir. Equal to date diff, open bracket. What is the first date? Date of birth, comma, today's date. Then F4, comma, double quotes. What we have to give it in double quotes? MD. After month, what is the number of days? Close quotes, close bracket. 22 days. Double click and copy this. If you give your date of birth, you will get your age also here. You can try that. Some people would have tried it already. Okay, so save this file. We'll go for a break as usual. Tea break. We'll restart. I will pause the recording and I will start the recording after the break. Yes. I think last session we have completed the date function. How to find out the difference between two dates. Exercise number 12 is going to be about logical function. Time being, with all your permission, on your expectation list also, I think no one has filled this logical function, if function. So time being, I'm just parking this function because other things we have to do. Lookup and pivot table is more important. After completing it, we can come back to this, no problem. This concept can be covered at any part. So time being, just I'm holding this exercise number 12. I will mark this, maybe I'll put a tab color, maybe I'll put an yellow color. We have not completed it. We'll do that at the later with all your permission so that we can finish the other things, other important things like lookup, pivots. After finishing, if time permits, we'll come here and we can finish off this exercise number 12. So with all your confirmation and permission, I'm going to the exercise number 13 now because this is very vital. The time is too short. We have to complete everything. So I'll come to exercise number 13. Yes. In exercise number 13, we have a table where we can see a registration number and name is available. We have the registration number and we have the name. Now open a file. Yesterday you have downloaded 2 files. There is one file exercise. There is one more file available. Master. Please open the file called as where we can see there are 2 sheets, student and another one is issue tracker. When you go to the students, where we can see the academic year admission, registration number, student's name, gender, date of birth, parent, contact number, email ID, program name and specialization. Suppose I want to know what is the program name for this registration. I want to know what is the program name, which is available in some other sheet, some other file. So based on this, I want to get what is the program name here. So we have to bring the program name here. Could you tell me what is the formula or what is the function we use normally to get the program name? I want to get the program name here. VLOOKUP. We will be using a function called as VLOOKUP. In lookup, there are several lookup functions available. One is we have a function called as lookup. There is one more function called as she has told, there is a function called as VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP means V stands for vertical. There is one more lookup, that is HLOOKUP, which is horizontal lookup. And VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP will work from left to right. Right to left, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP will not work. For example, if I have something in this table, I will go to the master table. I will go to that master table here. Before that, I will close the other files. I'll go to the master table. In the master table, you can notice, I can find out based on the registration number or student name, I can find the program name, I can find the specialization. Can I find the academic year of admission, which is not possible? VLOOKUP. Left to right is possible, right to left is not possible in VLOOKUP. So in that case, so as I indicated, we will use lookup, we will use VLOOKUP, we can use HLOOKUP, but left to right, right to left, there is one more function, that is index and match. There is a function called as index and match, which is used for finding the data from right to left instead of left to right. If you want to find out right to left, then we can use this index and match function. Then, if there is a error in the lookup, we will use one more function called as if error. And we will use something like dollars, cell referencing, which we did in the last session. When you are writing the lookup in the same file, you will get an error. So you have to put a dollar symbol. Then we will use something like exact match. We will use something like approximate match. All this all this function, they have replaced with one single function in the latest version, that is XLOOKUP. I recommend everyone to start using XLOOKUP. If you are already using VLOOKUP, stop using VLOOKUP, start using XLOOKUP. If you are not used XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, start using the XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is very easier, very faster, very simpler. It has replaced all the function here. Lookup, V, H, index match, if here are cell reference, exact match, everything was replaced just by this one function, XLOOKUP. So we'll start from the basics of XLOOKUP, then we'll see the next level of this XLOOKUP. Okay. So in XLOOKUP, three things required. You need three things to use this XLOOKUP. What are all the three things? First, lookup value. The first thing you have to know is the lookup value. What is that lookup value? Lookup value is your put cell, or you can say reference cell. Could you tell me which is my reference? Based on which reference, whether I can take the registration number or whether I can take the name as the reference to find out the program name. Can I use the name or can I use the registration number? Which is better? Registration number. Why can't we take the name? Same name can be, two person can have the same name also. So what you said is correct. Lookup value is registration number. Super. So first, then second, lookup array. What is that lookup array? Sorry. Lookup array. What is the lookup array? The lookup array is the range where we have lookup value on the source table. Where we have the lookup value on the source table. Lookup array is the range where we have the lookup value on the source table. Tell me here. Let me go to the source table, that is my master table. The range where we have the lookup value. Where is the range we have the lookup value is? Lookup value. B. This is our lookup value, right? This is our input value. So this is the range which we have to select. This is the range which we have to select. Okay, that's the second one. Third one. Third one is return array. Return array. What is that return array? The range which we want as an output. The range which we want it as an output. Once again, on the source table, output on the source table. Okay. So tell me, which is the return array range here? Which you want it as output? This one, column number I, this range. This range is the one which you want it as output. That's all. That's all. Only three things you have to do. I will do it once and I can repeat it again also. Let me do that. So equal to. Just watch here, parallelly practice. If you have any questions, doubts, queries, stop me, ask me. I can repeat it any number of times. Equal to XLOOKUP. Equal to XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP appears here. You know how to select it. Tab. Lookup value, which is my lookup value. Registration number is my lookup value. A11. A11 is the cell where we have the lookup value. Comma. Could you tell me how can I move from one file to another file without using mouse? Alt tab. Unfortunately, Alt tab will move from one software to another software. Excel to Word, Word to PowerPoint, then we can go for Alt tab. It will move from one Excel to Excel also, but it will move from one software to another software. Control tab is the best method which will move within Excel. It will not go outside of Excel. So I recommend to go with control tab rather than using alt tab. Alt tab will move from software to software. Excel to Word, Word to PowerPoint, it will move to multiple softwares. So better to use control tab. So I will go with control tab. Then second, what is my second thing? Second one is lookup array. First input is registration number, comma, lookup array. Lookup array, the column or range where we have that registration number in this table. Where we have the registration number in this table. Select only that column, only that range, only that range. Don't select the entire B column or C column. It may slow down your system speed. Select only that range where we have the registration number. With the heading or without heading is your wish. Either you can select it with a heading, or you can select it without heading also, that's your wish. But follow the same method for everything. If you are selecting the heading, output also you have to select the heading. Please be careful on it. So let me select this data with the heading. From registration number, Control Shift down arrow. Control Shift down arrow. I selected this, comma. Select the column where we have the program name. It's available here. Control Shift from bottom to top. Control Shift up arrow. I selected from bottom to top. And remember, while selecting the registration number, I selected with the heading. Here also you should have selected with the heading. Both the area you should have selected with the heading. One with the heading, another without heading, it will throw an error. Your array should be equal here. Your array should be equal. For example, here B10 to B760. Similarly, I10 to I760. It should be similar. It should be similar. Your array should not change. It should be similar here. 760. So your array should be as it is. One heading, another without heading. Don't do that. Close the bracket. Bracket close. And we can press enter or control enter. No need for closing the bracket also. Excel will close it automatically. You will press enter or control enter. Yes. We got the program name here. So this is the program name. And double click to the corner bottom and double click it. You will get the program name for all the persons. All the person. What is the program name? I repeat the process one more time. Equal to X lookup. Equal to X lookup. Open brackets. What is my value? Which is my lookup value? Registration number is my lookup value. Comma. Lookup array. Where is my lookup array? Go to the master table. Select a column where we have that lookup array. I think it's available in the registration column here. With the heading or without heading, you decide. If you are selecting with the heading here, output also you have to select the with the heading. So here I am selecting with the heading. Control Shift down arrow. Entire range with the heading. Comma. While selecting the programming name, also you have to select it with the heading. Control Shift up arrow. So both the areas you have to select with the heading. Or if you are not selecting the heading, both the area don't select the heading. So follow the same method. One heading, another without heading, it will throw an error. Close bracket or no need to close the bracket. Excel will close it automatically. Close the bracket. Enter or control enter. Yes. We got the program name here. Double click. How do I know whether my answer is right or wrong? You will check that. For example, 2024-0149, the first registration number. This registration number, I want to find it out. Before finding that registration number, in latest version, I'm checking whether my answer is right or wrong. Before checking that, one feature please enable it, because when I place the cursor here, I don't know in which row, in which column, which row, which column my data is, my cursor is available. For example, where is my cursor now? It's in the I column. And which row my cursor is? It's in the 11th row. Instead, I can highlight that row. How do we highlight it? Go to the tab called as View. Under the tab of View, there is an option available called as Focus Cell. Focus Cell. Just click on that focus cell. It will show you in which cell. This cell belongs to which column and which row. You can see the focus here. This is a new feature. Old version, we don't find this feature. Focus cell. In which row, in which column our focus is. Focus cell. I don't know whether the focus cell is giving in the same color. If you want to change the color also, you can change it. Go to the view tab and click on focus cell and go to the arrow mark here. On the focus cell, you can see an arrow mark. Click on the arrow mark. Focus cell color. What is the color? You can change some other color also. For example, I'll go with the blue. Yes. So it shows where is my focus. Now, let us find that registration number. How do we find it? How do we find a particular value? What is the shortcut key for finding a value? Sorry. Control F. Control F. And I will find that value 2024-0149. Is that registration number? Find next. Yes, it has founded it. And this is the area where we have that value. Yes. It's giving the right answer for us. Okay? If you don't want this focus, if you feel this focus cell is disturbing us, you can switch off that focus cell also. Okay? Done? Clear? Now, with the help of this, what I want you to do here is find out the same XLOOKUP. Find the year of admission. I want you to display the year of admission here. One lookup. Find out the year of admission. Another lookup. Display the name of the parent or a guardian. Name of the parent or guardian, I want it here. So I want you to write a lookup to find out the year of admission and parent and guardian name. Write a lookup to find out the year of admission as well as the guardian name here. So write a lookup to find it. Two lookups. One lookup to find out the year of admission. Another lookup to find out the parent name or the guardian name. Yes. This cannot be done if you are using VLOOKUP. As I told, left to right is possible. Right to left is not possible. Academically, there cannot be done in VLOOKUP. It can be done only in Asu MV, first person parent name.
Yes, sir. What we
Okay. Equal to X lookup. Select the registration number, comma. Go to the master sheet. Here also we select the registration number column, comma. Select this year of admission column. That's all. Output column. But select it with the heading or without heading. Both ways. Yes. So we got the year of admission here. Then this one. Same X lookup. I don't know whether who already used VLOOKUP. You know that this X lookup is very simple. I don't know whether you have used VLOOKUP. You have to count the column numbers, you have to count the row numbers, approximate match, exact match, so complicated. But X lookup is very simple. X lookup, lookup value, comma, sorry, registration number, sorry. Comma, go to the master sheet, select the registration number here, Control Shift down arrow, comma, which one? Select this, yes, this one, yes. Close bracket or enter or straight away compress here also, it shows the guardian name, parent or guardian. Double click to copy this. I don't know whether you know this, if you are using VLOOKUP, suppose my columns are interchanging now. In between, I want to add a column. For example, before this program name, I want to add a column. If I right click and if I insert a column, if you have written a VLOOKUP, it will throw an error. I don't know whether you tested it. But here, XLOOKUP will work perfectly. Even though you added a new row, even though if you deleted a column also, XLOOKUP will work. For example, even I'll write the VLOOKUP and show you that. I don't recommend you to write VLOOKUP, but let us see. If I write VLOOKUP, what do you have to do? First we have to select the registration, comma, you have to go there, you have to select the entire table. That's another way, it will slow down your system speed. Then you have to know the column number also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th column. You have to find out the 8th column. So select this, comma, you have to put a 8 here because it's the 8th column, comma, you have to say 0. Why 0 is exact match. Now I close the bracket and I press enter. You can see it's giving the same result and I copy this. Compared to XLOOKUP, this is a little bit slower. And one more problem is, as I indicated, if I add a column in between, suppose I am trying to add a column in between, right click and I insert and I add a column in between. When I use XLOOKUP, it's working fine, but VLOOKUP, you can see it's giving an error. It's giving 0, 0, 0. So these are all the problems when you use VLOOKUP. So that's why I recommend you to use XLOOKUP. Stop using, if you're already using VLOOKUP, stop using it and start using XLOOKUP. If you're already not using VLOOKUP, start with XLOOKUP straight away. Okay? Right. Now we have a table where I can see transaction ID, transaction date, item ID or a material code or item ID. This is a material code or item ID. When I go to this, actually this is the heading is wrong here. It's not item ID, it's a material code. Change the heading material code. These are all material code. We have some material code here. When I go to the next sheet, the next immediate sheet, materials, where we can see who is the vendor name, what is the material category, what is the material code, what is the item description, PO reference and PO date, on hand quantity, reorder level, unit of measures, unit cost. Now, for example, based on the material code, I want to know what is the name of that item, what is the material name. MT001 is lab, microscope, whiteboard, air conditioner, laptop, printers. So I want to know which material. For example, let us take this material MAT041. So I want to know what is the material name here. So that's the item name here. I want to bring the item name here. Okay, let us go for the same XLOOKUP, but there is a small challenge here. So let me write the XLOOKUP equal to XLOOKUP, open bracket, which is my reference column here, material code. Let me select the material code, comma, go to the next sheet, go to that next sheet, materials, where which has to be selected here, material code, that's the column number G. Select it from the top to bottom, Control Shift down arrow, comma, select the item name, that is where is your material name, item name, Control Shift up arrow. So top to bottom or bottom to top, we are selecting it. Same thing, nothing difference. Whatever we did in the last session, we are doing the same thing. Last session, based on the registration number, we found what is the program name, what is the guardian name and other things. But here, based on the material code, I am finding what is the item description here. What is my item description? Close bracket or enter. It is saying whiteboard. But the problem is, if I am trying to copy this on the bottom, assume I am going to try this to copy this on the bottom, double click and I am going to copy this on the bottom here. When I go to the bottom, I am getting some errors. We are getting some errors. NA. For example, material 017 NA. What is meaning for NA? NA is not available or not applicable. The data is not available or data is not applicable. Let me check this material 017, whether it's available or not. Actually, I'll go to the material table and I check 117. Office chair, it's available. This material is available, but still it is showing a error. Why? Why it is showing an error? Last session, when you find the student details, we didn't find that error because we have got this XLOOKUP from some other file. When you are writing even VLOOKUP also, when you write a VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP from some other file, it will automatically insert the dollars. You can see the dollars are automatically inserted here. That's why it's working fine. But when I get the data from the same file, you can see there is no dollars here. There is no dollars. So what's happening here without the dollar is G10 to G100. When I come down, tell me what will happen to this G10 to G100? When I come down here, what will happen to G10 to G100 is G10 will turn to G11. Let me check whether here, when I come here, G10 is turning into G11. Similarly here G12, G13, G14. That means it will search your material only from G13. So it will omit that first three material codes. That's a problem here. So when I am coming down further, for example, when I come here to this row number, here you can see material code from where it is searching is G30 to G120. That means it is start the searching only from G30. From here it is searching. So what happens if your data is before the 30? It is throwing an error. That's the problem here. How to solve this problem? If you are using a VLOOKUP function, you have to use some dollars, you have to put a dollar and you have to copy this and paste it. But XLOOKUP, it's very simple. Either delete this old formula. Either delete the old formula, don't write it here itself. If you are writing here, it may throw error, spill error. It will throw some error. Either delete it and rewrite the formula or write the formula somewhere else without disturbing it. I will delete it. I will delete this and I am going to write a formula here. Just watch here. It's very easy, very simple, very powerful. Now what's happening is when I write this XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP, first what it is doing is this VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. First time it is searching this material code 41. It is going that material sheet and it is searching and it is posting here. Second time it is searching the 66, go to that sheet and posting it here. So 10 or 20 times or 30 times it will go to the sheet, search it and post it. That's why it is taking some time. But now let us see a very powerful feature. I will delete this. Let me write a formula equal to X lookup, bracket open. Now, instead of going to the first material, going there and searching, then second material going there and searching, one stroke, go there and bring all the material code at one time. So it's very faster. Instead of every time going and getting back, it will take much time. 100 rows, 200 rows, 1000 rows. It will take 1000 times it will go there. Instead of one time, get it everything. That's what we are going to do now. Select the entire material code now. Don't select only the first material code, entire material code. Control Shift down arrow. Input also I am selecting the entire material code. Comma. Go to that sheet, material sheet. Here also select the entire material code. With the heading or without heading is your wish. Select the entire material code. Comma. Select the entire material description also. Now you can see a very powerful, a magical feature here. Close bracket and enter. No need to copy the formula, no need to paste the formula, no errors. It automatically copied your formula on the bottom without the error, no errors. It has automatically got entire item description here without the errors. And even I didn't copy the formula also. It has automatically copied the formula. And you can notice, I repeat it again. You can notice here, in first cell, there is a formula. When I go to the second cell, actually there is no formula. When I click here, you can see there is no formula actually. If I click on the formula bar and check, there is no formula actually. So one formula, one time, it is going there and getting all the material code at a time. Only one formula. If I delete the formula here, everything is deleted here. Because one formula, it is fetching the entire data. I will repeat it again. Even one more advantage. No need for typing the heading also. Heading also I can get it from there itself straight away. If the heading is same. If the heading is same, I can get the heading also straight away from there. So, but now let me do this. Equal to X lookup. Select the entire material code. Top to bottom. Comma. Go back to that material sheet. Here also select the entire material code with the heading or without heading, your wish. Comma. Select this material description, entire column. That's all. Close bracket. No need to close the bracket also. Enter or control enter. So we got all the material codes at a time. One stroke, we got everything here. No need to copy the formula, no need to put a dollar, nothing required here. It has automatically copied your formula. Done? Simple but very powerful. We'll see how to handle the error. If there is a error, how to handle it, we'll see it in the next session. Before that, I want you to find out the unit of measure, cost, material category, all the three. So unit of measure, cost and material category. Without error, I should not get an error. If I copy it on the bottom, you should not get an error. All the three. Unit of measures, cost, material category. All the three formulas, but without error. You should not get an error. Yes. Should not get an error without the error. Unit of measures, cost, material description. All the three.
Answer.
Okay. Equal to X lookup. Select the entire column of the material code. As I told, even no need for typing the heading. Heading also you can get it through the X lookup. Heading also. For example, let me put the X lookup. Sorry. Equal to X lookup. Select it from the heading. If the same heading is there, select this heading along with the heading column here, comma, go to the next sheet. Here also I select the material code, comma, what do you want? First one is unit of measures. Select the column where we have the unit of measures. Enter. You will get this along with the heading also. Even the heading also I looked up. I didn't type the heading. Heading also I did it through the lookup. Because the same heading is there, material code. That also matching. So it's bringing the heading also. So that's another method. No need for case sensitive. Spelling should be correct. It's not case sensitive. spelling should be correct. Same thing. Let us do it for the cost. Equal to X lookup. Select the material code. Comma. Go to the master sheet. Here also I select the material code. And which is the output I want. Unit in rupees, rate or price. Unit cost. Next one is unit cost, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I forgot. Unit cost. Yes, cost. The last one is material category. Same X lookup. Same material code. Comma. Go to the master sheet. Or you can do one more. Just copy the formula and change your column names also. That also will work. Here I select the entire material code. Comma. Material category. That's all. But assume if really a material code is not available. For example, wantedly, specifically wantedly I will do this. I will type some dummy material code here. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some dummy. If I type it and enter, it is saying NA, NA, NA. I don't want this NA. Because if you get the NA, when you create a report based on this or when you create some chart based on this, it will show some error here. I don't like this NA. I want to avoid this NA. So how can I avoid? Instead of NA, I want to display some other message. Maybe not found, not available, some message. So what you do is very simple. Go to this X lookup. Go to the last before the bracket. Before bracket, comma. What do you want to display? For example, I want to display no data or not found. I want to display a message called as not found. But unfortunately, I cannot type the not found straight away here. What has to be done? Double quotes. Very good. Super, sir. Double quotes. Let us give a message not found. Just I am giving a message not found. That's all. If the data is found, it will display the data. If the data is not found, it will give a message called as not found. This is another advantage of using X lookup. This we cannot do it in V lookup. We have to add another function called as if error. There is a function called as if error, but here it's very simple. Or I don't want to display anything. If the data is not found, just display empty. Just display empty. For example, this material code is not available. I don't want NA. I want just to display empty. So what we do? Go here, comma, 2 double quotes. That's all. Empty double quotes, double quotes. Nothing inside the double quotes. Double quotes, double quotes. That's all. Just to put a double quotes, double quote. Yes, you can see it shows empty cell here. 2 double quotes. 1 double quote, another double quote. Cost. I want to put a 0. So come to the last, comma 0. If the data is available, it will find you the data. If the data is not available, it will say not found, or it will say double quotes. Number means you can display 0 here. This is another advantage of using this X lookup function. Okay. When X lookup, V lookup, for me it will take more time to teach. I think X lookup is very easy to use, very easy to teach also. Right. Same sheet, same exercise. When you come to the right hand side, there is something called as issue ID. In column number AA, we have something called as issue ID. Morning, just now you have opened a file, and that file, the first file, master, first sheet is a student sheet, second sheet is a issue tracker, where I can see issue ID, issue category, issue description, severity, reported by, resolution priority. Here, you have to find out the issue category. find out the issue category here, and find out the resolution priority here. But if there is a error, in this, there may be some error. The error should not appear. If there is a error, display a message. If error, then display a message called as no data. Display a message, no data here. The data is available, find and match it. If the data is not available, display the message, no data. Find out the issue category and find out the resolution priority. If that particular resolution priority and that issue category is not available, then display a message, no data. So there is no data in the master. So display a message called as no data. Yes, please. But here the problem is the data is in row wise. Earlier the data are in column wise. Here in the row wise. But you can do it. I am confident that you can do this. No data. Scroll down. Ah. The data is in row wise. Here it was in column wise, but this source data is in row wise. Bench lookup. Bench lookup, sir. NA should not appear. Okay, let me do this. Equal to X lookup. Select this issue ID, the entire column, top to bottom, because I want it for the entire data. One time go there and get it, everything. Select the entire issue ID, comma, go to that master sheet. Here, issue ID is available in row wise. So you have to select the rows. Issue ID is in rows. Control Shift right arrow, comma. First, what do you want?
Issue category.
This one, second row. Control Shift right arrow with the heading or without heading. I don't know whether they have selected the heading. So if you are not selected the heading, here also you should not select the heading. Comma. Because since some data is not available, comma, I can say double quotes, no data. Close quotes, close bracket. Enter. If the data is available, you can see it is finding and fetching the data. If the data is not available, you can see I am getting a message called as no data. Could you tell me if there is no data? I want to put a red. I want to put a red color here. If the data is not there, I want to put a red color here. Could you tell me how can I do that? Tab, very good. Conditional formatting. Then highlight cell rules. Equal to what? No data. Yes. You can see if there is no data, it will put a red. Suppose I type a dummy issue ID here, something 4000 something. No data, red. Same thing for the resolution category, for priority. Equal to X lookup. Select the entire issue ID here, comma, go to the master sheet. Here also select the entire issue ID, entire row. For this in old version we will use H lookup, but we are doing it in X lookup itself. Select the priority, comma, double quotes, no data. So if the data is available, find and post the data. If the data is not available, display a message, no data. You can see here it displays no data. Okay. Practice XLOOKUP, stop using VLOOKUP. Still VLOOKUP is not, XLOOKUP is not over, we have to see furthermore. As I indicated, people who already used VLOOKUP, you'll know that how this XLOOKUP is very easy, very faster, very efficient. Correct? Get data is using the Power Query. You have to go to data. There is an option called as get data. This is Power Query. I will go. One time go there and get it.
By typing, you have given us a basic. Very good.
Okay. We'll move to the next exercise number 15. For example, we have a table, name, family income and scholarship. Based on the family income, we are going to give some scholarship. If the income is between 0 to 2 lakhs, the scholarship is 90%. 2 lakhs to 4 lakh is 75. 4 lakh to 6 lakh is 50%. 6 lakh to 85%. More than 8 lakhs, no scholarship. It should be 0. So here, based on this family income, we are going to generate a scholarship here. People will use complicated if function. If it is greater than 1 lakh, this is the percentage. Greater than 4 lakh, this is the percentage. Greater than 6 lakh, this is the percentage. Greater than 8 lakh, so this is the percentage. Instead, we can do this in XLOOKUP itself. You can do this in XLOOKUP itself. Okay, let us do that. Equal to XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP. Let me select this lookup value. Lookup value is the income column. Income column is my lookup value. Select that income column. This is my lookup. Select the entire column, comma, comma, and here select this entire input column. This is your family income here, this column. Actually, the second column is a dummy column. We can delete it also, no problem, but first we'll check. Select this entire income here. This is my input, comma. This is the range where we have the source table input, comma. Which you want it as output. The scholarship is the one which you want it as an output, comma. If the data is not available, not found, I think 99% you will find the data within this, correct? 0 to 2 lakh, 2 lakh to 4 lakh, more than 8 lakh, even 1 crore or anything, it's more than 8 lakh. When it will throw a error, if the family income is less than 0, because we don't have less than 0, starting from 0. If it is less than 0 only, it will throw a error. I think less than 0 is impossible, but still, if it is less than 0, if the family income is error, then what we are going to display is 0. Let us put a 0. No scholarship, 0. If the income is 0, I am putting a 0, or you can type some other also. 0, comma. Here is the challenge. As of now, we have never used this. As of now, we are using exact match. Now it's asking, how is your source data? Whether your source data is in an ascending order or whether your source data is in a descending order. If the source data is in an ascending order, you have to say -1, smaller, smallest to largest. If your source data is smallest to largest, you have to give -1. If it is largest to smallest, you have to say 1. If the data is largest to smallest, you have to say 1. Smallest to largest, -1. Tell me what we have to do here, -1 or 1 here? -1, because your data is in a ascending order, smallest to largest. First 0, then 2 lakh, then 4 lakh, then 6 lakh. It should be in order, either in ascending or descending. So I have to say -1. That's all, because my data is in a ascending. Close bracket, enter. That's it. Now it says 75%, because this income is between 2 lakhs to 4 lakhs, correct? Between 2 lakhs to 4 lakhs, 75%. Less than 2 lakhs is 90%. 12 lakhs, 0%. No scholarship. Yes. So based on the income, instead of writing complicated if function, we did it by the lookup function itself. For income tax, we can use this. If the more than 2 or 4 lakh, this is my tax. More than 8 lakh, this is my tax. Insurance. For everything, you can use this XLOOKUP. Approximate match. Okay. I repeat the process. Equal to X lookup. Sorry. Equal to X lookup. Select that income entire column, comma, go to the top, select this family income here, comma, which is the output I want the scholarship column as output, comma, 0. 0 means if there is a error, I'm putting a 0, or you can use some other message also, comma, ascending order is -1, descending order is 1. So I'll say -1 because it's ascending order. Close bracket. It's automatically giving the report here. Percentage, it's default percentage. If you want to change it to percentage, you can change it by Control-Shift-5. But as I indicated, this column is a dummy column. Even you can delete it also, nothing will happen. That's a dummy column. Just for our understanding, we have used it. Excel will use only this column. 0 to 2 lakh, 2 lakh to 4 lakh, 4 lakh to 6 lakh, 6 lakh to 8 lakh. It will use only this column, not this. This is just a dummy here. As I told you, can delete this also, nothing will happen. Okay. With the help of this exercise number 16. When I go to the exercise number 16, we have a staff ID and we have something monthly salary. We have staff ID and monthly salary. Based on the staff ID and monthly salary, you can see some columns or some rows are hidden here. After I, you can see after the column number I, J, K, L, M, N, O, there are some columns hidden. How can I unhide that column? Select that I and P, no shortcut key for it. Select that I and P, right click, unhide. You can see based on the monthly salary, there is benefit grade, there is house allowances, there is traveling allowances. Maybe you can find out the grade here. Similarly, you can find out anything. Maybe you can find out the travel allowances also here. If there is a error, display some message. That's your wish. If there is a error, display a 0 or display a 0 not available or something. But find out the grade and travel allowances here. Two things by writing the same X lookup. Once again, here the data are in row wise, not in column wise. The data are in row wise. Find out the grade, benefit grade, and find out the traveling allowances. That's 0. Don't type 0, sir. Some other message. Not. There is a error, display some message. No data, 0.
You don't know.
Great. Zero. Minus one, you need to do that minus one, the exact after zero. Number, don't say no data. Zero. You can type something. Century. Okay. Equal to X lookup. Monthly salary is the source. Select the column where we have the monthly salary, comma. Go to the top and select this row where we have this monthly salary, comma. Select the row where we have the benefit grade, comma. If there is a error, what you want to do? I'll just put two double quotes, nothing, because it's a text. I'll put two double quotes, comma, -1. Why -1? Because my data is in an ascending order, smallest to largest. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. It's in ascending order. So I have to say -1. Close bracket or no need to close the bracket. Enter or control enter. Yes. So if it is fetching less than 10,000, there is no grade for it. So that's why it displayed empty. Next. Travel allowances equal to X lookup. Same monthly salary, comma. I select the row where we have the monthly salary here on the top. Select this row, comma. I want traveling allowances. Select that row where we have the traveling allowances, comma. 0. Why 0? If it is not matching, no travel allowances, 0, comma. minus 1. Smallest to largest, minus 1. Close the bracket. That's it. So wherever it is matching, it will give you the travel allowances here. If it is not matching, it will show a 0 here. That's all. Okay. So XLOOKUP has solved so many things. VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, approximate match, exact match, if errors. No need to copy the formula, no need to put the dollars. It automatically copies the formula without errors. So start using XLOOKUP. If you come for the next level of training, now I said stop using VLOOKUP, start using XLOOKUP. When you come for the third level of training, I will say stop using XLOOKUP also. We have one more new feature when you come to the next level. Here, of course, you have to use XLOOKUP. They come to the next level of power pivots, power queries, power BIs. No need to write lookup also. XLOOKUP is also not required. Okay. Clear? Any questions, doubts, queries on this lookup? Done? So, as I indicated, please do practice. Now, we'll start with the next very important concept. Exercise number 17, 18, 19, 20. All these 4 sheets, we are going to see one concept. If I start this concept, it will take at least 1 or 2 days to cover the entire concept. It's a very bigger concept. We'll try to complete as much as possible by today. We'll try to complete as much as possible. As I indicated, it will take minimum 1 day to complete the entire process, but we'll try to complete it as much as possible. So let us come to the exercise number 17. First time we are going to see how to make reports. End of the day, reporting is very important here. As of now, from the yesterday morning till we have seen how to analyze your data, how to use the conditional formatting, flash filling, how to write formulas and functions. First time we are going to make a report here. You can ask me what is the purpose of report, why to create a report. We have a data, this data is fine. Why I want to convert this data into a report? With this data, can we take any decision? No, we cannot take any decision. For example, I want to know which department has more profit, which department has made more sales, which department has made more purchase, service. I want to find it out percentage wise, top, highest, lowest. So in this we cannot find a report. We can find this as a normal data. Based on this data, you cannot take any decision. If you want to convert a data into a decision making tool, then we have to convert this as a report. So convert it as a report. We are going to use this powerful tool called as I don't know, from yesterday till now, you have learned so many concepts. I don't know how many are going to use all the concept. Even my answer is going to be no. No one is going to use all the concept, correct? Some people may use XLOOKUP, some people may not use XLOOKUP also. Some people may use conditional formatting, some may not use conditional formatting. But I want everyone from today start using pivot table. So pivot table is the most important feature. Pivot table has several levels. Pivot table can be used for creating a report based on one table. Suppose if you want to create a report based on multiple tables, then we can use another tool, that is Power Pivot. Yesterday itself we have discussed pivot. Excel cannot handle a very bigger data. Even 1 lakh rows Excel will hang, Excel will rotate. So if you want to handle a bigger data, you want to transform, you have to convert the data into a proper data. We have another tool, that is Power Query. To convert your report into a dashboard, we had a tool, we had it, now they have removed this tool. We had a tool that is called as Power View. All these 4 tools put together. Now Microsoft has created this tool, that is Power BI. BI stands for business intelligence. Two I's are very popular nowadays. One is AI, second one is BI. AI is artificial intelligence, BI is business intelligence. So if you want to go to the next level, so you have to learn this pivot. Then you have to learn Power Pivot. Then you have to learn Power Query. I think this they have removed it to go to Power BI. So that's a exact hierarchy. If you do this, then it will be easier. So before that, I think pivot is very vital here. So we have to learn pivot table here. So based on the pivot table, we'll see how to make some reports. Okay. And Power BI, I don't know whether you know, is Power BI is totally free of cost. You can go to Microsoft.com, app.powerbi.com, download Power BI and start using the Power BI. No need for buying it. Free of cost, you can use Power BI. Only thing is you cannot publish it. If you want to publish, if you want to share the report to others, then you have to buy the licensed one. So Power BI. After Power BI, we have Power Automate, Power App. Power App, you can develop your own app. That's also free. Power Automate, all the work can be automatically done. Suppose you are sending a request to someone else, it has to approved by various level. It will get the approval automatically. It will give you the mail automatically. Everything is automatically done. Even the name says Power Automate. To automate your work, there is a tool called as Power Automate. So try to learn the power tools. So to learn the power tools, the base is this: Pivot, then Power Pivot, then Power Query, then Power BI, Power App, and Power Automate. Okay, I think we have planning for the various courses. After finishing this, you have to come to the next level: Power Query and Power Pivot. After that, Power BI. Then, if you wish, you can learn Power App and Power Automate also. That's the exact hierarchy, right? So let us start with pivot now. Before creating a pivot, please check for two or three things. Whether my table, three conditions before creating the pivot. Condition number 1, no merged cells. You should not have any merged cells in the table. If you have the merged cells, I think pivot may not work. Second, table should have a heading. Your table should have a heading. Condition number 2. Condition number 3. Heading should be unique. What is the meaning for that? Heading should be unique. What it means? Same name, same heading, column heading should not be repeated. For example, I have a column heading called as product. You cannot have the same product for some other column name also. So heading should not be repeated. How do I find this? Will Excel help us? Of course, Excel will help us. So I want to know whether there is a merged cells or not. I want to know whether my table is having a heading or my heading is correct or not. I want to find out that. And sometimes I would have not given the right colors for my data. I would not given a right name for my sheets, right name for my files, right name for my columns. Will Excel help us? Yes, it will help us. Go to the tab called as Review. There is a Review tab. Under the Review tab, you can see there is an option called as Check Accessibility. Check Accessibility. Click on the Check Accessibility. When I click on the Check Accessibility, it will check, is there any problem in this data? Whether my data and my color, contrast, background, everything is correct. In my system, you can see the table heading is okay. Merged, there is no merged cells. Merged cells is not there. But only I am finding it has found only one problem here. Table heading is correct. And head, hard to read a text. Some text, I didn't give a right colors and background. That's why it's giving some problem for me. In some sheet, I don't know. Hard to read text. If this is no error, if it is ready to go, you can go. But I am getting some problem here. Hard to read the text contrast. I click this. Some cell. Yesterday I used this emoji and thumbs up. They say this text is very hard to read for the end user. Please change the color. You can see it's giving a suggestion also. Change to this color or change to this color. Then the audience will read this. I'll change it to this color. Yes. Now it says looks good, no issues found. So now your data is perfectly clear. So whether your data is perfectly clear, whether your data is having some heading problem, merged cells, some data is not correct, color background is not correct, table heading is not correct, it will check and it will give you the feedback here. And it will give you the suggestion also. Right? This is one. Another one. Sometimes unnecessarily you would have added some rows, unnecessarily you would have added some columns and formatting, which may slow down your system. So I want to improve the efficiency of my system faster. So make my system very faster. If your data is very slower. So go to the review tab again. And there is an option. Check performance. Check the performance. Improve the performance of my file. This file. So go to review. Click on check performance. Yes. It will check you and it will show you what are all the problems available. It has said there are some problems in the sheet number EX02, EX07, 13. There are some problems in the sheet 2, 7 and 13. For example, let me check with sheet number. If you want to optimize, you can optimize it. Or before optimizing, I want to check it. So click on sheet number 2. And there is in cell number M17, there is some problem. Click here. Yesterday I did some formatting, but I didn't delete that formatting properly. That's why it shows there is a problem in N17. So I will optimize it. So clean up that. And then 17, sheet number 7. I click on sheet number 7. In sheet number 7 also it's showing some problem. Yesterday we removed the duplicate. But the duplicate is deleted, but the data is still not deleted. It's affecting the performance of your system. So that's why I am optimizing the sheet. 7, optimized. I want to check again because still there is a problem. Check again. 13. Exercise number 13. Sorry, I optimized it straight away. I don't know. I optimized that exercise number 13 also. So approximately we have optimized all the sheets. Now let me go to that check performance and click it. No optimization needed. Nothing is to be optimized in this workbook. Your workbook is good. Your performance also will be very good compared to the earlier one. So before checking the files, before sending the files to others, if you are sending a file, if you are sending a mail to others, please do check these two things. One is check your accessibility. Whether your color, your background, whether your name, merged cells, everything is correct, check the accessibility. How is your performance? Whether your system is very slow or unwanted columns, unwanted rows, unwanted cells are there, check the performance and improve the performance of your system. So please do this both before doing anything. Before creating a report or before sending it to someone else, please check this. Two things, check the performance and check the accessibility. Okay, but now I checked it. I think both are clean in this data. No problem here in performance. No need to optimize. In check accessibility, looks good. No issues found. So now you can create a report. So let me go to that sheet. Sheet number 14, 17. Yes, come to the sheet number 17. Now I am going to create a report. For example, department wise, art, sports, and there are some departments. Department wise, student type wise, staff, regular, scholarship, student type wise. Department wise, student type wise, we have to find out what is the sum of purchase cost. Something we have purchased and we did some servicing here, and there are some additional expenses. Then assume we are getting some fees, we are selling it, and what is the profit and loss here. So I want to know what is the sum of purchase cost, sum of service cost, sum of expenses, sum of sales cost, and sum of profit and loss for department wise and student wise. Each department, each student wise. We are going to create a report. So place the cursor on the table or select the entire table. Either place the cursor on the table or select the entire table. How can I select the entire table? Control Shift 8. Either place the cursor on the table or select the entire table, whichever is easier. I think both are easier. I'll press Control Shift 8 and I'll go to the Insert tab. As I indicated, any questions, doubts, queries, stop me, ask me. There itself, I can repeat it any number of times. Pivot table is a very important concept. Pivot table is very, very, very easy to use. Pivot table is very, very, very easy to learn. Similarly, it's very easy to forget also. It's very easily we will forget the concept. Because pivot, as I told, all the easiest concept you will forget it easily. Toughest concept you will remember it. So, one click it will do so many things. So please do practice. If you have any challenges, it's me, I can repeat it any number of times. Place the cursor on the table or select the entire table. Go to the tab called as Insert. Under the Insert, if you are 100% sure that you are going to create a report based on this table, straight away you can click on this pivot table also. Straight away you can click on pivot table. Or I want to create a report based on some other from SAP, ERP, Oracle or some other source means, then you can click here and you can say other source from external source. From data model, Power Pivoting, Power BI. Based on Power Pivot and Power BI you want to create a report, then you can go to the third or fourth. But now, as of now, we are going to create it based on the table. So select the first one. Or straight away click on the pivot table. Both are same. Either click on the pivot table straight away or click on the arrow mark and go to the pivot table. Both are same. Both are same. Whichever is easier. So let me click on pivot table now. It's opening a dialog box and three options are available. Option number 1. It's asking where is your table. I think my table is automatically selected. If the table is not selected, please select it. Please select it. I think it's automatically selected. And choose where you want to place this report. Whether you want to place the report on a new sheet or you want to place the report on a existing sheet. New sheet means what will happen? It will create a sheet before this. As I told Excel, everything will be before. Before the sheet, it will create a sheet, and before the sheet, and it will create a report on that new sheet. If I select this new worksheet. But if I select the existing worksheet and I say OK, unfortunately it will throw an error. Why? You have to select the location. Which location you want the report. Suppose you want the report in the same sheet, you can click somewhere else here. Or if you want the report in some other sheet, first select the sheet, then select the location. Select the sheet, same sheet means just to select the location. But some other sheet means first to select which sheet, which location. This we'll see it in, maybe in the afternoon session we'll see this, how to make a dashboard. To make a dashboard, this existing sheet will be very useful. Now let us go with new sheet. Choose whether you want to analyze multiple table. This is Power Pivoting. Combining multiple table and make it as a new report. As of now, please do not select this option. Please do not select it. If you already selected, please uncheck it. Uncheck that. If you already selected it, please uncheck it. Do not select this option. If you select this option, some of the feature in pivot table will not work now. So please do not select that option. If you say do not select, the people will tend to select it. So don't do it. If you are doing it, it will throw some error. Please do not do it. Okay. Now, very simply, we are going to click on OK. Yes. Can I do that? I click on OK, everyone. Yes. I click on OK. Now tell me, some changes has happened. Change number 1. You can see, very good. On the left hand side, pivot table. The name can be different. It can be pivot table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry about the name. If you don't like the name also, you can change the name. That's your wish. So there is a pivot table available. This is the area we are going to build. This is where we are going to create a report. And on the right hand side, field list. There are 6 options. Don't worry, I will explain all the 6 options. On the top, Two contextual tab is available here. Two context. Whole afternoon we are going to work on this contextual tab. Whole afternoon. Morning we started with the spark lines. Now we are seeing the contextual. Next we are going to see about spark line, timeline, chart. For everything, please remember this contextual tab. So you can see a contextual tab is appearing. If the contextual tab is not appearing, that means your cursor is not in the pivot table, your cursor is outside the pivot table. That's why this contextual tab is not appearing. Place the cursor on the pivot. Now the contextual tab will appear. Correct? And on the right hand side, analyze and design. We'll see what is the purpose and what is the usage of this analyze and design. On the right hand side, 6 areas are available. 6 areas. The first area, where we can see here all your column names are displayed here. These are all your column headings. This is your column. Please take a note of everything. All the things we are going to use it by today. Second, filter. What is the purpose and what is the usage of this filter? Next level of Excel is Power BI. But one feature which is available in Excel but it's not available in Power BI also. That is this feature, filtering. What is this filtering? Multiple reports. One time I can create multiple reports. We have different department. I want to send the report to different. You have different branches, different location. Each location I want to send a separate report. Suppose you have 10 branches. 10 branches I want to send 10 reports. One click you can do that. Or each student, each employees I want to send a separate report. One click you can do that. That is multiple report. To create a multiple report you can use this filter. Then column label. Where can I use the column label? Column label is used for comparing of your data. I want to compare last year, this year, how was our trend? I want to compare one department with another department. So one branch with another branch. I want to compare it. One student with another, one employee with another employee. I want to compare it. So then if you want to make a comparison report, you can go for the column label. Row label. When can we use the row label? I think we are going to start with the row label today. So the row label is to create a row-wise report, to create a normal report, row or a normal report. So if you want to create a row-wise report, if you want to create a normal report, then we can use this row label. The last one, sigma values. I think you know what is sigma. Sigma values is for summarizing. Summarizing means it's only the sum. Summary report. Do you have only sum in summary report? We can have an average. We can have a count. We can have a maximum. We can have a minimum. We can have a percentage. Summary means you can have all types of aggregated formula. So I want summarize the report. The last and final one, deferred layout update. What is this deferred layout update? Suppose you create a very big report. I have a very big report. Lakhs and lakhs of rows and thousands of columns are available. When I drag and drop, it will take 10 minutes to create a report because it will rotate. Instead, if you want to create a faster report, then we can use this deferred layout update. Don't worry, all this feature we will use one by one. Okay? Clear on this? All the feature we are going to use it by today evening. Done? Clear? Can you know how many are already aware of this pivot table? Aware? I never asked, are you master in pivot table? Are you aware of pivot table? Very good, very good. Almost all. Excellent. If I'm asking the same question in the next training session, I want everyone to raise their hands. That means from today, I want everyone to start using pivot. And I have a small question for you also, who have raised their hand. Would have asked the raise the hand if I asked the question, but simple question. Okay, now let us create a report. We'll see in depth of this pivot. Let us create a report now. What's the report I expect is department wise, student type wise, we want to sum of purchase cost, service cost, expenses, sales cost and profit and loss. So whatever I am saying wise, department wise, student type wise, whatever I am saying wise, drag and drop it to the rows. Drag it and drop it to the rows here. Whichever wise, drag and drop it to the rows. Department wise, let me drag the department and drop it to the rows. I recommend always drag and drop. I have seen some people are just going here and making a tick mark. Yes, you can do that. But unfortunately, if I make a tick mark here, we don't know where this column will land. Whether it may land into filter area, it may land into the column label, it may land into the row label, it may land into the sigma also. Better we drag and drop so that we know what is the purpose of it. What is the purpose of filter, what is the purpose of column, what is the purpose of sigma. So better to drag and drop. I will tell you when we can make a tick mark, Now let me drag. So let us drag the department and bring it below the rows. So these are all the department, arts, science and sports. And then below that, I want that, let me drag the student type and bring it here. These are all the student type, regular scholarship staff. Then I want summarize the purchase cost, service cost, expenses. So for example, I want sum of the purchase cost. Drag the purchase cost and bring it to the filter area. Drag the purchase cost and bring it to the filter area here. Yes. Now we got the sum of purchase cost, but we have one advantage here. If you are 100% sure, when you go to the source table, if you are 100% sure that this column is in a number type, number format, this purchase cost and service cost and expense and sales cost, it's in a number column. If it is a number type, no need for dragging and dropping also. You can just make a tick mark also. If I make a tick mark, if the column is in a number, it automatically lands into the sigma value only. If it is a number format. If the column is in a number format, if you want the sum of that column, no need for dragging, make a tick mark on that. Let me do that. I'll make a check mark, service cost, and I'll make a check mark in additional expenses. I make a check mark in sales price. I make a check mark in profit and loss. Yes. So we got a report department wise, student type wise. What is the sum of purchase, service, expense, sales and profit and loss? Manually to create a report like this, I can say it's very tough or I can say it's impossible also. Right? We'll see furthermore how to change the formulas, how to change the functions, how to add our own formulas, functions, yearly, monthly report, aging analysis, dashboard, everything we'll see one by one. Okay? Clear? Got it? After creating the report, knowingly, unknowingly, sometimes if we have closed this pivot table field list, as I told, that's our regular habit. Whenever a new menu open, we'll close it immediately. If we have closed this, no issues. You can get it back again. Right click on the table, show field lists. Right click on the table, show field list. If you have closed it, you can get it back again. Show field list. Yes, it comes back. Even though this report is okay, I am not satisfied with the view of this report. Why I am not satisfied? The reason is I don't want this total to be on the top, then the data on the bottom. I want data first and total on the bottom. And I want the department name and student type in different column. I don't want the department name and student type in same column. I can understand this. But I send this report to someone else. Suppose I want to add one more column here. Everything will appear in one column. We'll get confused. Instead of that, I want to rearrange my report properly. So place the cursor on the table. Go to the tab called as Design. Just go to the tab of Contextual tab. Design. Subtotal. Tell me which option I have to select here. Show all the subtotal at the bottom of the group or top of the group. You want to show the subtotal at the bottom of the group. Yes. Now you can see the subtotal is displayed on the bottom of the group. So subtotal is displayed on the bottom of the group. Then grand total. For some reasons, I don't want the grand total. I want to switch off the grand total. Yes, you can switch off. But I recommend not to switch off it. It's better to have the grand total. I will tell you when we can switch off it. When we can switch off it, I will tell you in another few minutes. Now don't switch off this. Let it be as it is. I recommend all the report to be in tabular. This is not tabular. This is compact. Compact means both the department name and both the student type is in the same column. It's in a compact format. I recommend to display this in a tabular format. Go to Design, Report Layout, Show in Tabular. I recommend to display your reports in a tabular format. Design, Report Layout and Show in tabular format. Yes. Now you can see the department names is coming in a separate column. Student type is coming in a separate column. Okay. But while taking a printout of this table, I want to know this regular is arts and scholarship also belongs to arts and staff is also belongs to arts. So I want this arts, science to be repeated here. So go to report layout, repeat all item label, which will be useful when you take a printout or when you show the report in some other tool. It's better to repeat all item label. So the item labels are repeated. All the other feature, please explore. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Blank rows. I recommend whenever you create a report, put it in a tabular form. And the blank rows. What is that blank row? After each data, I need a blank line. After each department is completed, I want to give a blank line. It's easier to view the report. That's all. It doesn't make any changes on your data. Insert a blank line. So after each department is completed, you are getting a blank line after each department. There is a blank line. If you don't want the blank line, remove the blank line. Row header. I think as I told, it's very simple, straightforward. Even you can select it and check. Row header. You can see all the row header is bolder. I don't want to be bolder. I can remove the row header as bolder. Or this column, department, student type, that is bolder. I don't want that to be bolder. Uncheck that column headings. But better, don't uncheck the column header. Better to have the column header. Column header is better to have it. Row header, you can remove it. Row header can be removed. Banded rows. What is banded? All the alternative rows, first row, third row, fifth row will get banded. Easy to take a printouts. I don't know whether you are aware of it. In maybe 10 years before, computer sheets are banded. Have you ever seen it? Both side holes will be the dot matrix printer. Both side holes, blue, white, or gray, white. It will be banded in olden days. Not olden days, 10, 15 years before. Now also, if you go to the government office or LIC, they will give you this banded sheets. So easy to take a printout. So if you don't want the banded rows, you can remove it. Banded columns, I don't recommend not to have the banded columns. Banded rows is okay. I want to give a different colors and formatting to have a better view. So go to the design. Under design, you can see there is a more button available here, quick styles, and change the colors and formattings here. You can change the different types of colors and formattings. What is the colors and formatting you want, you can change it here. Next, we will see about formulas and functions in pivot. Okay? Yes. Okay. Okay. Nothing. If anything, I will call.
Who has not signed here? Please.
Huh? How many people have not signed? He told he will not give the certificate for them. No. Just now he is speaking about that. Who has not signed, no certificate. Please sign it. Okay. Let us see how to change your formulas. For example, we have department, we have student type wise, purchase cost, service cost, expenses and sales price and profit and loss. Before changing the formula, could you tell me why this arts is coming on the first, then science, then sports? Is it same order in my source data? It's in a alphabetical order. But for example, suppose, just for an example, I want the sports should come on the top. First, I want only the sports should come on the top. For that, we have three methods. Method number one, you can use the mouse, but be careful on using the mouse. If you are not dragging and dropping, if you are wrongly dragged, if you have made some error, then you cannot use undo also. You cannot use undo, so please be careful. As the name itself says, mouse. We don't know where it will run. It may throw some error also. Please be careful. Okay. So go to the border of the cell. Go to the border of the cell. You should get that arrow with the 4 header. You should get the arrow with the 4 header. After getting that arrow with the 4 header, now drag this and drop it before the first department. I am dragging and dropping before that here. Now you can see this moves to the top. This moves to the top. Dragging and dropping. Please be careful. I am repeating, please be careful. If you made some error, if you getting some formula error, then you cannot undo it. So please be careful. So go here. If you didn't make an error, you can undo it. If you made some error, if the mouse is dragging, not dragging properly, you may get an error. Then you cannot undo it. So please be careful. Go to the border here. Using the plus with arrow mark, drag it. This is one method. Second method, I think that's very simple. I want the sports to come on the first. Go to the first cell and type here the correct spelling. Sports. I'm typing it here with the correct spelling and enter. That will go to the top. I think this is very simple. Just go there and type it, which you want it on the top. Just go there and type there. That's all. Third method. We have one more method also. Third method. For example, the science I want it before the arts. Right click on this department name, where we can see there is an option called as move. Move up, move to the beginning, move to the end, move to the right. It's your wish.
So let me say move up. Yeah. One step upwards. It has moved one step. To the beginning means it will move to the first position. It will move to the very first position. 3 methods. First method, click here, drag and drop. Second method, go there and type it with the correct spelling. Third method, right click and move it. Right click and move it. And this 3 method, out of this 3 method, 2 method will work if you want to do it in column wise. For example, I want the service cost should come before the purchase cost. Service cost before the purchase cost. 2 methods. Method number 1. You can go to the border here, drag it and drop it before the purchase cost. Method number 1. Method number 2, you can go here and change the title. Unfortunately, the right click move will not work if you want to do it in a column wise. Row wise you can change it. Column wise, unfortunately, the right click may not work here. Column wise. Row wise you can change it, but column wise, unfortunately, the right click. First 2 method will work. Drag and drop or change the title. Okay. Let us see how to change the formulas. For example, here I am getting sum of profit and loss, but I don't want to get the sum of profit and loss. I want to get the average, or I want to get the maximum, minimum, count. I want to change the formula here. Right click on the column, right click on the column. A menu is appearing. Under the menu, summarize value by. Summarize value by. On summarize value by, sum, count, average, maximum, minimum, product. Let us change it to, for example, I want to change it to average. Yes. It shows me what is the average. Average of my profit and loss, not the sum of profit and loss. Right click on the column and go to this summarize value by. I change it to average. But we have converted the sum into average, okay. But I want the sum also here, not in the same area. Same area, if you want the sum, very simple, we can make a right click, we can go to summarize value by and we can make it as sum. I don't want it. I want the average plus I want the sum also here. Sum also here. So what we do? Drag the profit and loss another time. You can see the profit and loss is available. Drag the profit and loss and bring it to the sigma at the last or at the middle, at the end, wherever you want. Drag and drop it. Drag and drop it here. Sigma values. Drag and drop it at the last or middle or wherever you want. Yes. Now I'm getting the profit and loss, some average of profit and loss. I'm getting sum of profit and loss also. Both. I repeat it again. First, it shows like this. Right click. Summarize value by. I make it as average. Now drag the profit and loss one more time to the sigma. Let me do it another time. Right click. Suppose I don't want the average, I want the sum count. Right click. Summarize value by. How many values are there? We are counting it. Once again, I want the sum. Drag the profit and loss and bring it to the sigma. So like this, multiple formulas you can create. I got the average, I got the sum, I got the count also. All the 3. Next we'll see about percentage, and then next we'll see how to create our own formulas also. We are going to see a very powerful features. All are we are going to do just by dragging and dropping. No need to write a complicated formulas and functions. No code, no formulas. Dragging and dropping, we are going to do everything. Okay. I want to know which department has more percentage of profit and loss. I want to calculate the profit and loss, which has more percentage here. Percentage. right click on the profit and loss. Right click. Always you have to find out the percentage based on the sum. Correct? Normal arithmetical mathematical concept. Don't find the percentage based on the average or count. It will give you the wrong result. It will not throw error. It will give you the wrong result. So right click on that profit and loss column. Show value as. Show value as. Where I can say no calculation, percentage of grand total, column total, row total. Let us go with percentage of grand total. Percentage of grand total. Out of overall grand total, what is the percentage by each department wise? Percentage of grand total. Yes. Out of 100 percentage, first department is having 37, second department 32, then 29 percentage. Right click on this column. Show value as. So many options are available. In the afternoon we will explore all these options. Not all the options, at least major important options. We cannot explore all the options. If we start all the options, it will take another 3 to 4 hours to explore everything. At least we'll see another 2 or 3 options in the afternoon. Right click, show value as percentage of grand total. Yes. Now it shows me the percentage. But unfortunately, when I convert the sum into average, your heading is getting changed. When I get the sum into count, your heading is getting changed. But when I convert the sum into percentage, unfortunately, the heading is not changing here. You have to change the heading manually. Just go there, type the heading and change it. Percentage. You have to manually go there and change your headings here. Okay. How can I get a sum again? Track the profit and loss and bring it to sigma. So you can see for one column we got 4 formulas: average, count, percentage, sum. After this we are going to see how to create our own formulas also. How to create our own formulas, and whenever I add the data, how to update my data automatically. Automatically the data should be updated. And then after that we are going to see how to make a yearly, monthly, weekly reports, slicers, timelines, aging analysis, dashboards. So various concepts we are going to see. Dashboard with the interaction, interactive dashboard. Not just displaying 4 visuals. The dashboard should be interactive. Suppose if we click on branch 1, all the branch 1 should get filtered. Interactive dashboards. After that we have to see about charts and reports. Still more, after this only I think the most important concept. Gradually we are stepping into the next level. So we have to see how to create a formulas and other features after our break. Save your files. We have not completed this exercise. I know that we cannot complete it before the break because it's a vast concept. We have to cover so many features. So save this file. Try to come as soon as possible. Not 1 hour. We'll have 40-45 minutes maximum. Try to come sooner. So we'll cover as much as possible. I'm stopping the recording.